Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I would like to read an article entitled Unmasking Trend in Maritime Crime in the Caribbean. While life on land for most people has been unusually sedentary in 2020 with significant travel restrictions and stay-at-home orders, the maritime space has remained remarkably active. Since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Caribbean maritime domain has garnered widespread attention on three fronts. Cruise ships stuck at sea, both with COVID-19. Patients on board and crew unable to be disembarked. A major increase in U.S. naval presence focused on entering narcotics trafficking, particularly via semi-submersible vessels, and shipment of sanctions fuel and goods from Iran to Venezuela. Though the region is being pulled into this issue to some degree, all three of these matters are primarily of an international nature. In examining the issue that are not merely occurring in the Caribbean, but are of direct concern to the security, governance, and development of the region. The pandemic provides an opportunity for taking new approaches. By compiling comparative data from before and during the pandemic using maritime domain awareness technology and working collaboratively between states, regional bodies, and independent experts, we can bring to light previously overlooked activities and new criminal trends in the region. This new insight provides a vital lead on how to reinvigorate maritime security and ensure that the waters of the Caribbean, among the most economically valuable in the world, are governed by state and not transnational criminal networks. Caribbean maritime activity during the pandemic. Between March and July 2020, the Caribbean saw an unprecedented decline in travel owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. In terms of air travel over those 4 months, the member countries of the Caribbean Community or CARICOM saw only 4.7% of the arrivals and 9% of the departure they had seen the 4 months prior to the declarations of the pandemic. Given such a dramatic drop in travel and tourism, combined with the well-published issue surrounding the health security of cruise ships, it will make some sense if the Caribbean also saw a dramatic decrease in maritime activity between mid-March and mid-July. Indeed, records indicate that from March to July 2020, the region saw 48% of the port arrival of the November 2019. March 2020 time frame. Given this decrease in maritime activity, it would stand to reason that there was a comparable decrease in illicit maritime activity as well. That, however, does not appear to be the case. Traditional metrics. Even by traditional metrics of quantity seized, the decline in criminal activity between March and July 2020 did not parallel the decline in port calls in that period. Since the onset of the pandemic, the region seized roughly 60% of the amount of cocaine, marijuana, and illegal migrants that it conducted between November 2019 and March 2020. Importantly, since early April, the increased presence of the United States Navy and Coast Guard in the region has accounted for more than $1 billion in drug seizures, potentially skewing and seizure figures for the regional states as well. The region, however, has not seen the sort of decline in traditional criminal activities that may be expected under the circumstances. In fact, there were 27 recorded incidents of maritime interdictions between March 12 and July 8, 2020, versus 23 in a longer period between 1 November 2019 and 11 March 2020. Furthermore, seizure in the last few months of birds, coats, cash and full for some exemplars indicate the diversity of smuggling operations running through the Caribbean. Economic hardship may in fact be a growing driver for illicit activity, but these recorded figures are not the only means by which to determine whether criminality has declined in parallel with legitimate maritime activity. New approaches using automatic identification system or AIS data, a variety of other data sets, augment intelligence and machinery learning, increasingly advanced maritime domain awareness technology can help examine different maritime activities to identify anomalies and instances of suspicious behavior. Whereas maritime law enforcement in the Caribbean has traditionally focused on small vessels, co-fast speedboat, fishing vessel, and pleasure craft that are generally too small to use AIS. High volume drug interdiction in other regions in the Caribbean have indicated that traffickers are increasingly using larger vessels for larger drug shipment. By using MDA technology that allows for queries on different activities, a variety of indicators can be helped shine a lot of pandemic in the middle of time language. It is focusing on a new factor of potentially suspicious activity can help to indicate whether the maritime space of the Caribbean has seen any significant change. Since travel restrictions began in March 2020, by honing in on vessels, they either can be deemed high risk or significant risk based on algorithmic analysis of their movement, or they have corporate ownership and management structure that exhibit risk patterns. Analysis can quickly concentrate on vessels that, based on their activities, are likely to have engaged in or are currently were engaged. Are engaged in illicit behavior, focusing on such vessels and comparing incidents of dark activity, including drifting, sailing below 3 knots, change in maritime mobile service identity or MMSI, numbers meeting and course deviation helps paint a relative picture of over crimes. So the time is up, and the article will be continued to read on the next video. So bye bye, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.